Good morning. We have about a minute, but I need to look over all of my settings up here. I can see in the comments, if you add a comment right now, if something needs to be changed. I did my first Wednesday tone and strength class, and I even checked out the levels on my phone while I was getting ready. It sounded good on the phone, but boy, you could hardly hear my voice. We've done a couple of these with yoga, and it seems to be pretty good with this softer music. So let me know if I need to change anything. You should hear some nice soft yoga music in the background and my voice here in the foreground. And today we're going to do some holding in a variety of ways. So holding different poses, creating strength, creating some heat, determination to get past that, I really want to give up kind of thing. Do your best. If you need to take a break, take a break. We will be on our wrists a bit between our planks and our downward facing dogs. Thanks for the thumbs up. Just a reminder for wrists. So when you're bearing weight, fingers spread wide. Either index finger or middle finger generally points to the top of your mat. Press more into here and here. That takes your weight to this big radius bone right here. And that's nice and beefy on the end and can bear weight. The ulnar bone on this side is pointy and not meant to bear weight. So shift the weight to the inner part of the wrist and then grip the mat. So you're going to grip the mat like a little gecko grips the tree. You can also bring something under the wrists and place it like a claw or a blanket. Place it here so there's kind of a downward slope. You can fold the front of your mat and do that, or just a towel or a blanket. But again, just stop every now and then if you need to. Massage the wrists and take a break. We're going to begin in child's pose, but I'd like you to be towards the front of your mat in your child's pose with your knees hip distance apart. I'm going to put on my second camera here and meet me on the mat. There we go. I think I'll adjust that one over there a bit. You can see the front a little bit more. I have these all set, and then when I share the screen, it crops things and it looks a little different. Okay, we're ready to start. So I've got my knees towards the front of the mat, and I'm going to be hanging off the mat in the front. You can stack your fists under your forehead, bring a block under the forehead. Just breathe up and down the spine. Maybe massage the hands while we're here before we get started with our down dogs and our planks. And then come to the sound of the breath. In this shape, you make like a little amphitheater underneath you, so listening to the sound of your breath. Layer in that ujjayi sound. So the sound of the ocean in the back of your throat. It's as if you're saying, but with your mouth closed. A little whisper back there. Now reach back and tuck your toes. I always have to reach back for the last few toes. I can get my big toe under. But we're going to shift forward and back. It's just a little bit of movement. We're going to start stretching through the plantar fascia and the soles of the feet. So you can just come to forearms. I think maybe you can see me on this side camera, not a whole lot. You can see me you can see my butt moving on the side camera. But it's just a little forward and back shift, almost like you look like the Sphinx, but you're shifting forward and back. Now bring your hands to the mat, and we're going to come up on the balls of our feet. So up like this. Hold here for a minute. Let's just bring hands to heart. Start with a little balance. push the hands towards each other, draw the thighs towards each other. Everything comes towards the midline. Reach up through the crown of the head. Feel how that brings stability to this pose. And we'll hold for a couple more breaths. Remember, releasing the fascia on the soles of the feet releases the fascia all up the back of the body, wrapping around clear to the forehead, the eyebrows. Now bring the hands to the mat. We're going to come into a forward fold from here. So lean forward and just lift your butt. Keep the knees bent. Be soft and gentle with those hamstrings. Maybe grab opposite elbows here. Shake your head yes and no. And sway a little side to side. Warming everything up. Waking up all those muscle fibers, letting them know it's time to sit up and pay attention. We're going to start moving. Now take your fingertips either to your shins, maybe even your knees or your thighs. You can bring them to the floor, but this is early, so let's just take a gentle halfway up. Lengthening through the spine, so long axial extension through the spine. And then fold, bend the knees. Now pull your feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Pause here in mountain pose. I'm going to adjust this camera over here again. You can see the front. Hopefully that's a little better. Yeah, that's better. All right, so from mountain pose, I want you to swing your arms up and flip your palms. Reach up. We're going to fold softly to the right. And nothing forced. We're going to hold. Now let the breath open this pose up. As you inhale, feel the expansion of the left ribs. And as you exhale, shift your awareness to the right side. Maybe you melt a little deeper. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Let the breath bring you into this pose. On your next inhale, rise up. Exhale the arms down to the sides. Bring your hands to heart. Let's take the hands up this way. So lift your prayer. Flip your palms. And we're going to reach and fold to the left. Again, let the breath softly bring you into this pose. I've said before, yogis or the yoga practice is often said to be more about the breath than the physical postures. But the physical postures are just different ways to change the shape of the vessel, your body, that holds the breath. 1 more breath. And then inhale up. Exhale, soften the knees and fold. I'll lift halfway. Think long spine. So hold here for a couple of breaths. It's easy to think about the head reaching forward, but also think about the hips reaching back. Roll the thighs in just a little bit. Feel that open up space in the back. Now exhale, fold. Take the hands to the mat, and we're going to step back in our first down dog. So you know what happens. We get to wiggle, play, find space. And after you've spent a few breaths just exploring, bring your feet hip distance apart. Bend the knees a lot and lay the belly there, down on the thighs. Now let's hold this shape. So sometimes we call this frog dog. Kind of bend the knees like a frog. Breathe. After 1 or 2 breaths, we're going to lift the sit bones straight up, waking the hamstrings up a little more. Maybe you pedal the heels up and down a bit. Now look forward between the hands. And we're going to walk the tightrope now, little teeny tiny steps. Take as many steps as you can to get to the top of your mat. And once you get here, feet under the hips. Let's lift halfway, long spine. Think both directions. And exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale, the hands home to the heart. Let's lift the prayer, flip the palms. This time let's fold to the left. And maybe right away you can deepen the fold. And then let the breath massage the torso to bring you a little deeper into the side bend, lateral flexion and extension. These are two of the ways the spine needs to move every day. Inhale up, second side. All those discs in between the vertebrae need to move a lot to stay healthy, to stay hydrated. And inhale up, exhale, fold. So pay attention to the hamstrings. Maybe you don't need to bend the knees as much. Lift halfway, step back in table. Reach back with the right leg, come onto the ball of the foot. Push back through the heel, get a nice stretch. Now we'll come into bird dog, so lift that right leg, keep the hips square. Reach out with the left arm. Let's hold this. Reach in both directions. Press that heel back like you're trying to step on the wall behind you. And reach those fingertips forward like you're trying to reach out and touch the screen. Breathe. Feel the balance. Feel the balancing. It's always happening. Always changing. Now let's come back down and second side. Reach back with the right leg, I believe, and come onto the ball of the left leg and come onto the ball of the foot. Press back through the heel. Then lift the left leg, hips square to the mat. Reach out with the right arm and wobble and breathe. Find your drishti, let the gaze be someplace a little bit ahead of you, but out on the floor. And then back down. Tuck the toes. Down dog. And look forward. Let's tiptoe to the top. Lift halfway when you get here. And fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. One more time. Let's flip the palms. Go to the right. And notice maybe you're bending a little deeper. And then up and over to the left. And inhale back up. Wiggle those fingers, circle the wrists, and then let's fold. Lifting halfway. Step back in plank. And let's hold plank. Wrists under shoulders, maybe a little, the shoulders can be a little forward of the wrists. Spread the fingers, all those little cues to support the wrist. Let's have some stillness here. Push down into the mat. Support the shoulders. Feel the fire. Tapas. 3 more breaths here. Last breath. And then on your next inhale, down dog. And right away, walk forward. Steps can be bigger. Lift halfway. And fold. Pull the arms out, feet reach apart from each other without letting them move. Exhale, the hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway and fold. Step back in plank. Lift your right leg. So like we did in bird dog, we're going to hold a three-legged plank. Keep breathing. And drop that foot. Let's shift up into down dog. So now you can see how down dog can be kind of a resting pose. Ripple forward into plank. We'll take the second side. Lift the left leg. Two more breaths. Drop the foot, down dog, and right away, stepping to the top of the mat. Up on an inhale. Fold on your exhale. Swing those arms out and up. And bring the hands home to the heart. Let's lace the fingers. Move a little through the wrists. Figure eights. And then kind of squeeze and maybe massage the wrist. Stop and do this as often as you need to today or in any other practice. All right, here we go again. Inhale up and exhale, fold. Lift halfway. Step back into table. Control your descent. Coming down with the chest, so keep strong in the arms, and then the chin, so kind of an inchworm, and then straighten out. Let's lift up into baby cobra. Float the hands. Hold. And breathe. If your feet pop up off the mat a little bit, that's okay. Reach through the crown of the head. Even though this is a back bend, make that back bend smooth. Maybe you lift the heart a little higher. Two more breaths. And then bring the hands to the mat. Tuck the toes. Let's come to down dog. Now swing your right leg back and up. Step it forward. We're setting up for lunge. Ball of the foot on the left, railroad tracks. Take your hands to your right knee, rise up. Set up your lunge. Try not to flare the ribs, so tailbone's heavy. And maybe you sink a little lower. Bring your hands to heart. Now inhale, open, and exhale, close. Inhale, lift, little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's go through that a couple more times. Keep drawing that right hip back and the left hip pulls forward. Keep the legs active. One more time. Now bring hands to heart. We're going to drop those arms back, circle up, around, frame the foot. Step back and plank. Now lower down to the mat. You can drop your knees if you need to. We're going to lift up into baby cobra. And right away come down. Tuck the toes, down dog. Lift the left leg back and up. Three-legged dog. Step it forward. Set up for your lunge. Railroad tracks. Take the hands to the left knee. Push yourself up. Tailbone's heavy. Sometimes it helps to bend that back knee a bit while you set up the torso. And then reach through the heel. Drawing left hip back, let the right hip pull forward. Keep that engagement of the hips as you open and close. And lift, maybe a little back bend. And back to heart center. Let's do 3 more of these. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Drop the arms beside you. Swing the arms back and up. Forward and down. Step back to down dog. And make those steps bigger this time to come to the top of the mat. Feet under hips. Lift halfway. Fold. Swing the arms out and up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Lift halfway. And fold. Step back and plank. Let's do our back bend here. So calm down with control. This time maybe we come into a high cobra. Lifting up, keep a little bend in the elbows. Let's hold here. Press into the base of the index finger and thumb. Grip the mat. Now navel comes towards spine. Hold it there. Breathe into the ribs. Roll the thighs out and down. Press into the floor with the tops of your feet. Feel all that support in the back now. And the support in the wrists. 3 more breaths. And come down. Tuck the toes down, dog. And swing the right leg back and up. Step it forward. Another lunge. So look at the feet. Maybe you don't push on the knee as you rise up. Bring your arms up by your ears. And into that back knee, smooth everything out in the torso, then reach through the heel. Now take a bit of a back bend here. High crescent lunge. Now sweep the arms forward. Reach back and hold. Draw that front hip back hip forward. You can take this time to massage the hands, fingers, wrists. Axial extension, long spine. Now swing the arms up by your ears. Stay folded forward. 4 more breaths. Feel the heat. And fold. Let's step back and down dog. Wiggle it out here a little bit. Pause for a couple breaths and just notice difference left and right. Now swing the left leg back and up. Step it forward. Get ready for your lunge. Maybe you don't push on the knee to rise up. Set your torso up. Then take crescent lunge. Tongue-tied today. Now fold forward, sweep those arms back. Breathe. Feel the heat, feel the fire. And step back and witness the mind. What's the mind saying to you? You are not the mind. Step back and watch it. Now reach the arms up by the ears. Three more breaths. Now fold forward, down dog. And let's rest here in down dog. You can always come to child if you need to. You can bend your knees if that feels better. Breathe. So our lunge holds were difficult, perhaps. And down dog sometimes, especially when you're beginning, can be difficult. But this time down dog is a hold, but it feels nice. Now I want you to keep your feet where they're at. Bend your knees a lot. We're going to walk the hands to the feet. Keep the knees bent. I'm going to stick my hand, I hope you can see it. Stick my hand under my foot, both sides. It's called Padahastasana. So hand under foot. I can use my toes to kind of massage my palms. And keep the knees bent as much as you need to. Now release the hands, but take your peace sign fingers and grab your big toes. So this is another way to do halfway up. So just lift the hips as high as your hamstrings will allow. Pull on the toes. Notice how that kind of releases the back a bit. And you're kind of sort of tricking the hamstrings into releasing a bit more too. Now walk back to down dog. Shift forward into plank. I'll lift the right leg again, but bend it. And we're going to bring right elbow to right knee and back. Do it again. This time we're going to hold for 5 breaths. Remember the hands and the wrists. Step back to plank. Take a down dog if that feels good. And then ripple forward. Plank again. Lift the left leg. Bend the knee. Bring the knee towards left elbow. And back. This time forward and hold for 5. Back to plank. Drop the knees. Let's take a nice wide child's pose. Sink it back. Happy puppy spine. Bring those arms out. Wiggle the fingers. Circle the wrists. Maybe even kind of help each other out. One hand massages one wrist and hand, and then vice versa. And then let it go. We're going to hold here for 6 or 8 breaths. So notice if you've started to sweat, that's purifying, cleansing. Relax here. Two more breaths. And then looking forward, make your way to down dog and then right back up to the top of the mat. You can jump or float to the top or step. Lengthen. Maybe try that big toe grab again for your halfway lift. And fold. You can keep holding the toes. Pull yourself forward and down. And then release. Inhale, come up. And exhale the hands to heart. Pause here. And notice. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Well, let's do a little balance. Of course, balance means we're going to hold. Balance your weight on your right. Arms wide. Lift your left knee. And hold that. Now you can lasso the big toe again. And if you have the length, my hamstrings are never quite happy with that. You can extend the leg. I'm just gonna keep my knee lifted. Keep it lifted, don't let it drift down. Now open the knee to the left and see if you can take your gaze to the right. Now bring the knee forward. We're going to come into a number 4. The left ankle a little bit past the right thigh. Stay here, or maybe you work to fold forward into temple dancer. Maybe hold here. Now slide the little toe down to the outside of the right little toe. So I'm kind of crossed, but my knees are bent. Fold forward here. Fingertips come down, let your head hang. Play here with sending your hips back one way and back the other way. See what you like today. Now uncross the feet. Feet hip distance apart. Maybe grab your big toes again. Lift halfway. And fold. Swing the arms out and up. And hands home to the heart. Pause again. Find stillness. And what do you feel? Do both sides of the body feel the same? Or do you notice differences? Second side, shift the weight to the left, lift the right knee. Again, you can reach down for the toe, extend the leg. And open the knee to the right. Maybe take the gaze to the left. Keep the knee lifted. Bring it forward, coming into number 4. Take your time. Maybe folding into temple dancer. And then maybe sliding little toes to touch. I'm having trouble with this side today. And fold down there. Fingertips find the ground. Knees stay bent a little bit and then push hips back one direction and then back the other. And cross. Take the big toes if you like, lift halfway. Fold. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Flip the palms. Let's take another side bend. I'll just take one breath over. Inhale up. Exhale to the second side. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway. And step back into plank. Now lift the right leg again. Bend the knee. Bring the knee to the other elbow. We're going to hold this. So I've got right knee to left elbow. And then back. Switch sides. Left leg lifts, bend. Bring it forward to the right elbow. Back to plank, to down dog. Lift the right leg up. Step it forward. We're going to come up into Warrior Two. Externally rotate the back leg, and you may want to reach back a little further with that back leg. Cartwheel your arms up. Take the hands to the hips. Front hip back. Wrap that back hip forward. Shoulders turn to your left. Swing your arms out. Look at your right fingertips. Now look back at your left fingertips. Reach in that direction. And then flip your palm. Drop your hand to your leg and reach up now with the right. Gaze at the right hand. Peaceful warrior. If you want to take that half bind here, you can do that. Breathe. Back to Warrior Two. We're going to reach forward and come into side angle. So right forearm, left forearm to left knee. Right forearm to right knee. I think I'm getting my left and right mirroring confused. Now we're going to swing the back arm. So left arm up by your ear. Now see if you can reach out with both arms. And we'll hold for a 5. Spin on the ball of that back foot, frame the front foot, step back and down dog. And lift the left leg back and up. Step it forward. Get ready for your Warrior Two. Cartwheel up. Take hands to hips, left hip back, right hip wraps forward, and then shoulders turn to your right. Arms out. Look at the left fingertips. Look at the right fingertips. Reach back there. Flip the palm, drop the hand along your leg. Look at the left arm as you reach it up. Peaceful warrior. Back to Warrior Two. Setting up for side angle. So I'm going to reach. Fold left forearm, bring it to the thigh, swing the right arm up by the ear, and maybe you reach out with both arms. Spin on that back foot, and let's find crocodile. So coming to the mat, separating the feet left and right. Fold those forearms, stack the hands, rest your head on your forearms. Bend your knees and in shoulder positions. And release the shins to the floor. And let's let this go. Every exhale, just melt. Now we'll hold our crocodile. Now press back into table. We're going to come to a seat briefly. And sit in Sukhasana if you can, Dandasana with legs out straight or even on your shins. We're going to take a little twist to the right, just a gentle twist. So take left hand to shin, right hand behind you. Look over the right shoulder and breathe. And then just back and forth, look over the left shoulder and the right shoulder. One more each way. I always hear crunches in my neck. Now we'll release. Switch your shins if you're in this shape. And we'll take the second side. Right hand to left shin. Left hand behind you. Turn and look over the left shoulder. And then just kind of float the head side to side. Still thinking axial extension though. So reaching through the crown of the head. Don't let this movement cause you to collapse down into the cervical spine. Keep space. And unwind. Find your way to your back. We're going to do a couple things in the back. I'm going to turn this way. Keep your knees bent. Just pause here. Let the arms flop out to where they're comfortable. And maybe kind of roll across the sacrum. So windshield wiper the knees a bit. Now draw your knees in. Gather your knees with your hands. Curl up. Bring the nose towards the knees. Hold here. And breathe. Drop your shoulders down. Reach to the crown of your head even though you're flexing the neck. And exhale, release. Keep your right knee in. And extend the left knee or the left leg long. Bring that foot down to the mat. Open your right knee to the right. Take the left arm out to the left. And we go through your wrist and your ankle. Now bring the knee up and we're going to take it across the body. Take it into a nice twist. Back to center, both knees in, and switch. And open your knee out. Bring it to center and pull it across. And then come back, find your way to your shape for Shavasana. Find a pose where you feel completely supported. I'm going to sit up, but you stay in your pose. I have a few minutes left here. Shavasana, to many of us, sounds wonderful. For some people, it's the most difficult time during their yoga practice. It can be very challenging to remain still in that shape. So do your best. And with many other things in yoga, this is the same. With practice, you'll find your way to stillness, maybe even one breath at a time. Spend a few breaths settling in. And maybe a couple of breaths adjusting a bit. And then commit to stillness. Resist the urge to wiggle. Focus on your breath. That cleansing power of the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Rest for a few moments of stillness. Bring your hands to your belly. Deepen your breath. Feel the rise and fall of the belly as the breath deepens. Let movement expand into other parts of the body now. And in your own way, find your way back to a seated position. Let's reach up together one more time on an inhale. Gather what you need. And as you exhale, release what no longer serves. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thanks again. I'll see you Monday. Please, if you know somebody that attended the Wednesday class, I'm working on those sound levels. That was a big deal. So that class is a work in progress. It should be better this Wednesday. So keep spreading the word for me. I'm enjoying doing this. I'll see you next week. Okay. Have a good weekend. Thanks for the thumbs up.